A bill touted as making Tennessee's streets safer is being called into question.
And some of those raising the questions are the ones who've committed crimes. WRG investigator Jessica Gertler explains why.
A lot has changed since Lindsay Holloway was booked into prison in 2010.
Originally, I was facing 10 years, 6 to 10 years in federal prison
for possession and selling of stolen weapons. Holloway developed a drug habit when she was a teenager, landing her in and out of the legal system.
I did, I think, 2 months in a federal holding facility, and then I was released to go get treatment. And so I went to a 6-month reentry program.
A religious program that offered mental and drug treatment. She says she went with the understanding if she successfully completed it, she'd have a better chance at avoiding time behind bars. It worked.
If I wouldn't have been given that chance, I mean, I probably would have just got out of prison about 2 years ago.
Instead, Holloway and her husband, who completed a trade program while in prison for arson, started This Is Living Ministries, a reentry program based in East Tennessee.
If other people are given that chance, people want to do good. And I just wish they wouldn't take those opportunities away.
I'm here to present House Bill 2656. On behalf of Speaker Sexton, it's also known as Truth in Sentencing.
The Truth in Sentencing bill is making its way through the Tennessee state capitol. It eliminates the possibility of parole, requiring 100% time served for these crimes, including homicide, carjacking, some cases of drug dealing, aggravated burglary, and aggravated assault.
So why do you oppose this bill?
I just don't think a umbrella covering for everyone with those charges would be right.
Right now, if inmates participate in prison programs like job training, classes, and rehabilitation, it can help them get an early release. Holloway thinks if you remove those incentives, inmates won't sign up for the programs.
I think the incentives is what pulls the majority of the people into it.
But supporters believe this bill is critical.
Drew is a kind, gentle, and caring person who was loved by his family and friends.
Andy Rayner spoke in front of the General Assembly last month, saying if the law had been in effect, his son Drew would still be alive. Drew was just 22 years old, a senior at Rhodes College. On October 3rd, Memphis police say Rainice Holmes and several men broke into Drew's home near campus.
They then held Drew and his girlfriend at gunpoint. They threatened to rape and kill her in front of him, and then to kill him. Drew, at some point, tried to disarm the gunman, and during the struggle, he was shot in the chest, and his girlfriend was shot in the hand.
WREG investigators reported Holmes was released from jail just a few months before Drew's murder. He was on probation for aggravated burglary. That was on top of a lengthy record.
This person chose not to take advantage of the many opportunities given to him to reform his life, and in my opinion, he should have been in prison.
That's just one incident of hundreds of the last several years.
State Representative John Gillespie from Memphis is a co-sponsor of the bill. He says right now, violent offenders are getting out almost immediately because of parole, good behavior, and time served awaiting trial. He says this bill will provide transparency.
They get sentenced to 10 years, they're going to jail for 10 years.
And many local government leaders agree.
Our state law is too weak when it comes to sentencing violent criminals.
Memphis Mayor Jim Strickland, Shelby County District Attorney Amy Wyrick, and Memphis Police Chief C.J. Davis have all shown support, even adding it to the most recent crime-fighting plan. But Holloway thinks it will backfire. She says the more inmates who don't enter rehabilitation programs will never address the problems that led them into crime in the first place, not giving them hope when they get out.
Yes, I agree. We all need to do the punishment for our crime, but there also needs to be a form of redemption.
If you want to read more about the crime plan and why they put truth in sentencing in it, just go to our website and click on this story. We've also added a list of charges included in this bill. Jessica Gertler, WREG News Channel 3.
Giving us all something to think about. Now, in the meantime, the Tennessee Department of Corrections says if this bill passes, it could cost taxpayers about $95 million a year. We'll let you know what happens.